All right, y'all. As I promised, I'm going to start doing more series in what they call the early bird game, and that's me showing you guys applications that you could use and things of that nature. Now, a lot of this may be kind of ABC, Sesame Street kind of stuff, but there's people that may not know about these things. And the thing is, these are things that I used when I was kind of getting my money early on in the game, where you know people wanted me to clean up their computer and stuff like that. Sometimes I would run this stuff. I had to get it installed. I had to install it because if there was something that I needed to back up, and let me go even further. When I went over people's houses to back up things on their computer, you got to keep in mind there wasn't really too much etiquette when it came to how they save their files and all that kind of stuff. You're dealing with people that may not hardly reboot their computer, and I don't know how long they watching a little bit of everything. You know, you got some people that was watching some stuff that I was kind of surprised I didn't think that they would even partake in those kind of behaviors. And now, if it would have been something where I get over somebody's house and now I find something weird on the computer, like they doing something with kids or something like that, I'm not gonna work with them. I'm not gonna do none of their computer, none of that kind of stuff. I'm not no. But there was this dude I worked on his computer one time, and he was into that like animal kind of weird stuff or whatever like that. So I said, look, man, you just going to wipe all this off your computer. You on these weird websites or whatever. So I didn't never have nobody that was quote unquote illegal. There wasn't nothing illegal that I seen on their computer or whatever, unless they might hit it and I didn't know nothing about it. But um, you know, the thing about it is, man, is I had to use things like CC Cleaner, and I would put Avast antivirus on their computer later on. So I just wanted to do some cleanup on my computer because I don't like how it's been running, and I don't really want to wipe it completely and stuff. I got some hard drives and stuff that's coming because I kind of been slacking on my own personal maintenance with my computer to a certain degree. Although I haven't been using it for like I don't really download pirated stuff or nothing like that. People still do that. People still do that. So we're gonna have a conversation about things. Oh yeah, somebody just gave me a referral. Shout out to him. I don't know who it is, but no, I got these. StreamYard allows you to send referrals and stuff, and it gives me credits, and I think I could do things with it. Damn, that's a big ass centipede. I'm trying to think, should I get rid of it? They say not to get rid of centipedes and whatnot. I don't want to crawling all over me, but I'm in the basement and stuff like that, and they take care of a lot of pets. Y'all know I got an entomology background, so no, I just seen him kind of run around, and I'm not sure if I want to get rid of him or not. I don't know. I don't think it'll bother me, but I might just get rid of him. But I am in the basement anyway. Without further ado, he just kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies a little bit. So you just go here and you scan your PC, and now it wants me to close this stuff. So I don't want to close Firefox because that's what I'm using right now, and I'm actually using something with Chrome, but I could close that, and then I'm just gonna let it scan the PC. It's gonna look for cookies and all kind of stuff like that. It's gonna tell me, different little things, and if it's not gonna give me more, if it's not gonna give me, okay, so now right here, there's a gig of browsing history. That's kind of a lot. Shout out to Mr. White for signing up, man. Shout out to that brother. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's gonna give me 2 gigs of browsing history. Now, do I want to? Now that's Chrome. Now I close Chrome, so that's actually a lot. Now they're saying websites, clear records of downloads. I might leave the edge because that's not much, and then I guess and look, it's temporary internet files. That's only a meg, but I can just go ahead and get rid of it. And then there's cookies. I kind of want to keep my cookies. So I'll just go ahead and just clean this. Since I got Chrome, where's that centipede at, man? I'm not a fan of centipedes. Y'all, I used to have a tarantula when I was younger. I have people was like, man, this brother is strange. Why does he have something like that? Okay. Now there's temporary internet files and application cache. I'll go ahead and clean that too. But they want me to close OneDrive. I don't want to close OneDrive, so let me skip that. And there you go. Then I'll do a next. Now it's saying I got outdated apps. So VLC Media Player, that's very interesting that they could do that. Audacity, FileZilla. And then these are the outdated drivers. I might deal with that another time, but then these are the ones in the background that I don't use, which is probably making things run slow for me. But now I don't use this anymore, and I don't use TeamViewer, and I don't use this in the background, and I don't use Teams. Now I do use this, so I'm going to get rid of, they say it's low. Now all these other ones are kind of in medium. So that probably has something to do with my performance. So I'm going to keep Firefox going. And all these other ones, I don't really need them. I truthfully don't. Yeah, y'all could tell this centipede's kind of getting on my nerves. So now I got to upgrade to resolve this. Now I'm going to just click on this so y'all can see. So they want a 1-year subscription for $1 a month. That's $15 a year. That's not really too bad. Now I could do all this stuff on my own. So I'm not going to go ahead and do that. But that's something you could do. And if you want to get rid of unnecessary stuff, background apps, all I really got to do is just open the task manager. Okay. Now, this is kind of a lot. Now, this is one thing that I had open too, because I want to find out, where all my, space was until my hard drive comes. But now, let's see if I could search for this. So what we'll do is we'll go to Dell. We'll look for that as a background app. It's called Dell Support. So it's not showing. Well, is it just support? Yeah, so this is it right here. I don't need that. So I'm going to end it. And let's go to the ones that are in medium. I don't need TeamViewer right now in the background. Now we're going to do a TeamViewer one at some point in time, but I got to set it up. Now I don't know. I typed in the wrong. Okay, so TeamViewer. Now we don't need this either. That's a considerable amount. And I don't need none of the TeamViewers. That's taking up a bunch of processes. And let's go back down. Monthly 360, then it's 365. I definitely don't need that. So it must be a different name. So Microsoft, let's see if we could, Microsoft 365. That's still not showing, and it could be a bunch of them. So there's Microsoft Defender. It's a whole bunch of these processes, but it says it's medium. So let's go up to the top because it's probably going to be background processes. We need Explorer to run. Gaming service, that's not much. Defender, I don't know which one is which, but let's see what else they got. Mozilla. There's a Bringer UMC audio driver. So let me just type that up because I don't use that at all. Not that I know. VH. Let's see if we can find it. I'm not seeing it, but maybe it's called something else. So let's type in UMC. It's not called that either. Let's just type in audio. So we got two Realteks. I don't see that either. So we'll skip that. Still wants me to pay. So these are the records that were not cleaned. This is the disk space that was optimized. So I'm not gonna worry about that part. And then you typically want to reboot your computer. Now, this is George Bonga. What we're we're gonna do a foundational Friedman series for him, or a video for him. So that's how you clean your PC with that app. That was an old app I used to use. I would download that sometimes and run that before I would try to back up people's data. And then from there, I just don't know why this damn centipede is giving me. This is a typical house centipede, only about like this big. It's just giving me the creeps, the heebie-jeebies. I don't know why. I don't know why. But that's something that you can this thing is crazy. And now, mind you, I'm about damn near 200 pounds. I'm worrying about something that's not even a quarter ounce. You can run that just to clear stuff up and reboot it, and it might run a little, it's like clearing clogged arteries almost. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to look at that. So I'm gonna upload this, y'all, and then we're gonna get into a conversation about remote work and how going into like if you're working, what's the changes in remote work, and us thinking about moving to different places, but looking in Minneapolis, and there's some real questionable towns, that we kind of was thinking. But anyway, we'll get into that. See y'all soon.